Time is free, but it is priceless. You cannot own it, but you can use it. You cannot keep it, but you can spend it. But once you've lost it, you can never get it back. Harvey McKay quoted this with the intentions of discussing the importance of time and how easily one can find themselves wasting it. If not taking advantage of the moment in time itself, no one man or woman can control time. But the most important lesson in life is to have the knowledge of making the most of the time you do have. Greetings. My name is Keyshawn Wells, and today I am thankful to have the pleasure of sharing with you my ultimate bucket list. I'll be explaining the 3 major goals I plan to achieve before the clock runs out of my lifetime here on Earth. Now, as I begin, I would like to first recognize the first goal of my bucket list, which is establishing a strong foundation for my future. As you can see, your everyday lifestyle, life's not easy and trouble is easy to get attached to, especially if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's rule number 1 of my future. I am striving to keep my nose clean. Although it is nearly impossible to never mess up in life, I plan on keeping my mishaps to a bare minimum to ensure myself a chance, at least establishing a clean name for myself for future job opportunities and leading a great example for others to follow. Now, first and foremost, I want to be a role model rather than a bad example. Now, in order to become a phenomenal role model for others, I plan on obtaining the best education possible. Coming from the small town of Moss Point, Mississippi, many outside of our district have bad intentions on the youth and how difficult it may be for us to establish a successful career in the future. But if I can go out and obtain a PhD in sports management and establish a solid career upon receiving my degree, then I would feel that I could shine a light upon at least my hometown and hopefully larger regions that need something or someone to believe in. That anything is possible if you put your best foot forward. Now, with that being said, about my educational standpoint of my bucket list, the best future possible for me, I'd like to talk about my family and how important that is to my ultimate bucket list goal in life. If I can picture the perfect family in the future, it is to find the woman of my dreams and establish a family that has loving care for one another and spiritual connection with God. I know that a perfect family isn't possible, so I wouldn't expect my children nor my wife to be exactly perfect in my eyes. But as long as we can recognize each other's love, creativity, and uniqueness, and to never forget to ask for forgiveness when things don't go so well, then we'll be just fine. Now that we've covered the first part of my ultimate bucket list goal, let's acknowledge my second goal in life, which is to become a life-changing coach. For as long as I can remember, I've always had a passion to lead and direct, and I plan on turning that passion into purpose. With that, I would love to be one day become a coach and change the lives of the future of America. I feel that coaching is one of the major platforms one can use to influence a young man or woman to become the best they can be after they are done with sports. Now that we've covered my goal to become a life-changing coach, I would love to take the true chance of a lifetime through the sky for my final bucket list objective. As crazy it may sound, I've always wanted to learn how to fly, and not only by being an air pilot in an aircraft. Now, when I say fly, I mean diving, I mean skydiving and squirrel suit gliding, and ultimately obtaining my wings. Skydiving looks so intriguing to me, and I've always been the type of person to take crazy chances in life. And what could be more crazy than gliding through the air in a squirrel suit? Now, a squirrel suit is basically a skin-tight suit with elastic material in between the arms and legs, so when you spread your arms and body upon diving out of an aircraft that's thousands of feet above ground, it will help you glide through the air like a bird. And learning how to pilot an aircraft is a must. There's nothing more I want to have later in life than to have my own private aircraft that I can fly whenever and wherever to travel the world. Now, as I conclude this recognition of my lifetime bucket list, I would like to say I am appreciative to you for allowing me to share these highly anticipated goals of mine. Now, all in all, I would really love to be the kind of person someone can look up to in a positive light, regardless of how gloomy their days may be, while also shining a light upon those living in it now, because it might be all that we have left. So, with that being said, I am striving each and every day to encourage others to live for the moment. Some things don't always come twice. So take advantage of today's beauty because tomorrow is never promised. Thank you.